Hey everyone, Mihaela from Yago Yoga. Welcome to your stability class. It's going to be a class focused on alignment, and today's theme is resist to expand. So we'll be working on creating space, opening the body, opening the breath, opening the mind. That's how we're going to layer it. Again, it's a class suitable for all levels, from beginners to advanced. It's up to you how deep you want to layer the body, the breath, and the mind. So whatever aspect you want to explore more. All you need is a block or a cushion or a cushion. If you don't have a block, a pot might work. A cushion folded in two might work as well. Two blankets that are really sturdy. So anything that gives you the stability and a bit of extra length. We're going to start by standing in the middle of the mat, starting with a standing centering on your feet. Feet 6 to 8 inches apart. You can make two fists, plant them in between the feet. Check to see that you draw the heels out ever so slightly so that you feel the weight balancing both on the front part of the foot but also in the middle of the heel. So sway a little bit front and back and allow your body to distribute the weight evenly. Make sure you bend the knees ever so slightly. That opens the hips. Tuck the tailbone in, rotate the thighs out slightly. Bring the breastbone down. Inhale into the belly, the sides of the rib cage, the front and the back. Open across the shoulders, loop the shoulders up, down, and back, and open the eyes of the elbows towards me. Extend the fingers. Notice that beautiful extension in the fingers and how it lengthens the muscles along the arms. Level the chin. Make sure you feel the elongation at the back of the neck. Inhale. And on the exhale, let it all out. So that's the first stage of alignment, getting our bodies ready for centering. Now you can close the eyes for this one. This is where you come home. So you don't need to see anything you're doing in the body. All you need to do is feel. Allow yourselves to feel your physical body. Allow the weight of the physical body to drop as if magnetically pulled down by gravity. So allow gravity to draw the weight down and then notice the body responding to that with a muscular tone drawing itself up in slight extension. So allow yourselves to feel that beautiful interplay down and then up. Resist the ground with your four corners of the feet and then extend with the muscular tone, opening the joints, and notice the space it creates in the body. Notice the engagement in the body. Notice it's like a wake-up call for the body. It's like an internal stretch. Allow the body to gently start swaying front and back, left and right. And notice that you're swaying around the center of gravity. And around the center of gravity, you've got your own center that you're swaying around. And it's a natural process. It might take a couple of moments to get into it, but you don't need to do anything. All you have to do is allow the body weight to respond to gravity and then allow the body to respond to gravity. It's a constant dialogue. We're naturally attuned to it. It feels instinctually right. All we need to do is give ourselves permission to feel it. And when the sway starts kicking in, allow yourselves to feel its tone and its release. Take a couple of breaths in and follow your breath with your awareness. Again, you don't need to do anything, don't need to control anything. Just allow yourselves to feel the tone and the release around your center, the tone and the release in the breath, the inhale and the exhale. And notice how around the center, your breath and your body come together. It's like an inner dance. It's the body moving from the inside out. As you're swaying in that beautiful tone and release, allow yourself to notice the inhale, each inhale, and the natural pause that follows. And then allow yourself to notice the exhale and the natural pause that follows. And what I'd like you to do for the next 3 cycles of breath, I want you to stay in that beautiful pause after the inhale and the one after the exhale. Notice how they feel. Notice how opening the exhale is, how releasing it is, and how beautifully still the pause is that follows. Whatever we do today in our physical practice, I invite you to stay with your breath, to go into the postures as much as it feels this right as your body and your breath feel right now. So every time you lose control of your body or you lose control of your breath and you jump in and out of the exhales without minding the pauses, slow down, go to an easier variation of the pause, and just stay with the pause after the inhale and after the exhale. Notice how your mind feels now. It's always easier to start from the outside in. Once you layered the breath in the body, And you've slowed the body, you've slowed the breath ever so slightly so that you become aware of each step in the breath. You notice that the mind moves at the same pace. It might be a bit faster at times, a bit slower. It might feel open, more restricted. Whatever it feels, it's right. Just rest your awareness onto it. Notice any sensations, any thoughts, any ideas, any distractions that might come to you, any feelings. Don't reject anything. Don't push anything away. Just keep the mind as open as the body, as open as the breath, as free as the body, as free as the breath. And let the mental visitors come and go. They won't be staying. They never stay. Allow yourselves these moments to just connect. No need to do anything. You just are in your body. You just are in your breath. And you just are in your mind. Now, gently breathe in. And if you've closed your eyes, you can open them. You can always do the centering with the eyes open as well. We're going to start our physical practice at the tops of your mats. We're going to start with a round of classical sun salutations. We're going to flow in them and then we're going to stay in them. Breathe in, bring the palms up. Exhale, fold. Take your block for the forward folds. Breathe in, halfway lift, look forward. Keep the tailbone in. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring the right leg back. Plant the right knee down. Inhale, bring the palms up. Tailbone in, breastbone down. Exhale, palms down. Inhale, in plank. Exhale, knees down. Inhale, slide forward into baby cobra, planting the pubic bone down. Exhale, forehead down, curl the toes, lifting down dog. Inhale, bring the right leg up. Exhale, bring it forward. Inhale, bring the palms up parallel. Exhale, bring the palms forward. Inhale, look forward. Use the block, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, bring the palms up. Exhale, palms in Anjali Mudra. And breathe in, bring the palms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring the palms by the feet. Step the left leg back, left knee down on the mat. Inhale, bring the palms up. Exhale, palms by the side of the foot. High in plank. Inhale, in plank. Exhale, knees down. Inhale, slide forward into baby cobra. Pubic bone planted, thighs are active. Exhale, forehead down, curl the toes and lift up carefully in down dog. Inhale, left foot up. Exhale, bring the foot in between the palms. Right knee down. Inhale, bring the palms up. Exhale, bring the palms down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release in forward fold. Inhale, bring the palms up. Exhale, bring the palms to the heart center in Anjali Mudra. Inhale, bring the palms up. Exhale, bring the palms down onto the block. We're going to stay here in forward fold, bringing a bounce, an energetic bounce into the backs of the knees. So bring the knees forward gently and then bounce them back about 2 inches, not more than that. Just a micro move. Make sure you are leaning slightly forward so that the front pads of the feet take the weight. You're rolling the shoulders back, you're tucking the pelvis in, breastbone is down. Stay on the block, give yourself that extra height that always creates a bit of space in the shoulders. Extend the elbows and resist the ground both with the palms and the feet so that the spine in the middle is elongated. So we're resisting through the 2 lines of force in the arms, the 2 lines of force in the legs, and we're extending the 5th line of force, our spine. That's where we want to create the most space. Gently bounce the knees back and explore the 2 spaces in the hamstrings, but also the hips. Notice how they feel. Inhale, exhale, bend the knees generously, step the right leg back and come up in low lunge. And now in low lunge, again, we're gonna slightly move forwards in the mobility of our hips, minding this space in the left hip, resisting the ground with the front foot, resisting the ground with the back foot, bringing the arms engaged, elbows straight, fingers sharpened, breastbone in, breathing in, and then exhale, bring the palms, interlace the fingers behind the back, roll the shoulders back, extend the elbows, breathe in, open the chest, look up. Draw a circle with the chin. This is where my voice starts being a bit funny. Breathe into the abdomen, the sides of the rib cage, and especially the top of the chest here. Breathe in and exhale, let the arms go. Neutralize the spine. Take the left wrist with the right arm. Inhale, and on the exhale, bend towards the right. Make sure your hips stay looking forward. And if the knee has a tendency to come towards you, bring it forward to anchor it over the ankle. Look up. Breathe into the left side of the body. Take a deep inhale, exhale, come back to center, neutralize the spine, bring the palms down, step the left leg back. Now, high plank, separate the feet as wide as the hips. Inhale, and then exhale, gently start swaying around the 4 corners of your roots, from the left palm to the right, from the right foot to the left foot, from the left foot to the left palm, to the right palm, to the right foot, to the left foot. So you go in a circle. I'm going left to right, but you can change directions. Again, allow the sway to come from your center, from an engaged core, and with full control of your center of gravity. You're not collapsing. On the contrary, you're pressing the mat away from the body, and that resistance creates an activation in the legs and the arms. Inhale, lower the knees down. Exhale, fold backwards, extend the arms, sway a little bit left and right. Inhale, slide forward into baby cobra. Now let's activate the upper back. Bring the palms a little bit sideways from the body. Make sure the mid knuckles are engaged. Make sure the pubic bone is planted. Tops of the thighs are active. Inhale, lift a little bit higher. Shine your heart forward. Chin to chest. Feel your upper back engaged. Lift gently with the upper back in micro bounces. Again, a slight bounce coming from the root of your palms up along the arms into the upper back. So make sure you're not lifting like this from the core. You are lifting with core engagement, but the upper back is moving. So if you take the palms up, we're still high. Inhale, forehead down. Exhale, lift in, down dog. Now take the weight on your open shoulders, which means separating the palms away from each other as wide as the mat. Inhale and exhale again. Do a gentle sway around the four corners of your roots, just to feel out your body. Press the mat away with the tops of your feet and with your palms. Well done, guys. Super duper. I know you're following me. I can see you. Inhale. Exhale. Lift the right leg up. Bring it forward. Bring the left knee down on the mat. Inhale and exhale. Bring the palms up. And again, gently float in the mobility of your hips. Make sure you keep the right hip open, no collapsing like this. We're not doing this. We're staying up in an open hip flexor with the knee stacked over the ankle, the right thigh working. Breathe in. Now's the perfect moment to check in with your breath. Hope you haven't left it behind. Bring it with you. Inhale and then exhale. Bring the palms behind. Interlace the fingers. Draw the shoulder blades together. Open the chest, but keep the breastbone down. Breathe in and chin up. Open the chest. Open the throat. Bring the palms away from the body. Notice the pauses in the breath. Notice how deep the breath feels. Inhale. Bring the spine to a neutral position. Exhale. Bring the palms up. This time, take the right wrist with the left arm. Inhale, and on the exhale, bend towards the left. Look up towards the right. Breathe into the right side of the body. Breathe in, exhale, come back up. Bring the palms to the mat. Inhale, exhale, step the back foot to meet the front. Take the block, plant the palms on the block. And we catch our breath and explore our hamstrings again. Check to see how it feels. And again, you can do a micro bounce, either slower or faster, depending on how you feel. I always start slower and then I go a little bit faster, but I make the bounce shorter. So slower gives you a bit of a more space. Inhale, exhale, come up. Breathe in, bring the palms up. Exhale, bring the palms together at the heart center in Anjali Mudra. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, exhale, fold forward, allow the head to fold, bring the palms by the side of the feet, step back with the left foot, left knee down. Inhale, bring the palms up. Exhale, bring the palms in cactus, the palms and the arms in cactus arms. Inhale, exhale, open the chest out, open the chin out. Feel the openness across the chest. Feel the engagement in the shoulders. Breathe into it. Inhale, exhale, bring the palms by the side of the foot. Step the right leg back. Inhale in high plank. Stay in high plank. Do a micro bounce from the hips. The same micro bounce that you had in forward fold, do it in high plank. Extend the elbows. Plant the palms down in starfish fingers and push the mat away from you. When you push the mat away from you, feel a line of force travel up along the arms, straight into your core. The same with the legs. Press down with the front pads of the feet, back with the heels, lift with the kneecaps and thighs. Inhale, exhale, let the knees come down. Inhale, slide forward into baby cobra. Breathe in. Bring the palms by the side of the mat in cupcake fingers. Tops of the fingers down. Now bum is relaxed. Pubic bone is planted. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale. And on the exhale, lift up again from the upper back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Breathe when you're up. Breathe in. Exhale down. Inhale as you come up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Keep the thighs engaged and really feel yourself pushing against the mat. Bring the palms underneath the shoulders. Curl the toes, come up in down dog. Breathe in down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Bring the left foot in between the palms. Right knee down. Breathe in, bring the palms up. Again, we let the palms face forward and bring the elbows down 90-degree angle into cactus arms. Inhale, exhale, open the chest forward, open the throat. Chin slightly up. Hope you don't have any plants around the house. If you have them, touch them slightly. Hey. I feel like a cat now, playing with the plants around me. Breathe in, exhale, bring the palms down. Inhale, bring the right foot to meet the front. Exhale, give yourself a nice forward fold. Hug the elbows and allow the spine to release forwards. Gently shaking the head. Yes, no, left, right. Breathe in, and on the exhale, press up. Inhale as you bring the palms up, and then exhale to the heart center. Now, you don't always have to inhale and exhale. When I say inhale and exhale, generally we inhale and exhale as we move. So feel free to move to the rhythm of your breath. Now, meet me on the right side of your mat. Sorry, the left side of your mat. Step out with the right foot. Rotate the right foot on its heel so that you open the hip right from its socket. Bring the back foot in slightly 15 degrees. Now, bring the palms in front of your chest. Bring the breastbone in, tailbone in. So breastbone and tailbone towards each other. Inhale and exhale. Give yourself a nice shimmy. from the roots to the core to the shoulders. Let that shimmy align the body. It's wonderful to see how the weight distribution just evenly spreads out. Inhale, exhale, bring the palms out and bend the right knee over the right ankle. Now, as you inch the right foot towards the right, make sure you pull back with the left hand. So that's the principle of counterbalance here at play. We need to make sure we are stabilizing our left leg and our left side of the body so that the right side doesn't take more weight. The weight has to be evenly distributed for the trunk to be nicely centered. Look at your middle finger on your right hand and bend the knee on the right leg inch by inch, floating in your hips. Give yourself a couple of bounces. Micro bounces from the thigh, just to explore the space of your hips. Now your hips need to be towards the left, your shoulders as well. You're opening the hips, you're opening the shoulders. And in between the hips and the shoulders, the spine extends upwards. Inhale and exhale. Bring the left palm to the left thigh. Breathe in and bring the right palm overhead. Extend and stretch the right side of the body looking up. In Peaceful Warrior, keep the right elbow straight. And if you want to, you can bring your left hand around the lower back to rest on your right thigh. Make sure the right knee is over the ankle. If you have to look, you can look. I always have to look, though that's just for confirmation. You know when it feels right. You know when your knee is supported by the ankle. Breathe in. Exhale, bring the right elbow over the right knee. Rotate the right shoulder. Draw a line across the chest and up. Take a deep inhale, grow through the left arm, and exhale, stretch towards the right. Keep the right hand engaged. Keep the left hand nice and straight. Keep the left arm nice and straight. Keep the left shoulder away from the left ear. Look up. Smile, Shavasana face. And check in with your breath. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring the left palm on the left hip. Step the back foot halfway. Come up. Bring the right palm on the block and bring the block either in line with the right foot or slightly in a diagonal, wherever it feels right. So give yourself as much height as you need to. I'll give myself this much because I know myself, but do play with the height. Plant the right palm down and lift the left leg off the mat. Rotate the left hip out to the left, bump towards the right, and then open the left hand up. And the hardest part in this pose, half moon, is gently looking up. You can look down. You can look in front of you or up. And I am looking at you. Yay! Keep the left foot engaged. Breathe in. Exhale. If you want to go deeper, bend the right knee. Bend the left knee as well. Bring the left knee to the chest. Grab the outside of the left ankle and extend in balancing half moon. Look down or slightly. With control, look up. Breathe in, exhale, bring the left foot down. Hands over the hips, give yourself a nice sway around the hips. Feel them nicely opened and strengthened. Breathe in, and again meet me on the left side of your mat. Step out with the right foot, but this time turn the left foot around. Bring the right foot in. Make sure the heels are in line. You can go heel to middle arch as well. Whatever feels right. Remember to take your block with you. I almost forgot. Now, as you give yourself a little shimmy, feel the weight really connect to the ground, and then feel the response in your body, drawing the muscles through the muscles up. And that's something that gives you poise. And let yourselves feel that poise. You know, it's an essential component of posture. Inhale, bring the palms up. Exhale, bend the left knee over the left ankle. Check to see how the posture feels now. Again, if you lose your breath, go back, stay where the breath feels fluid and open. Now, we're gonna move in micro moves, adjusting to our body's alignment. Hips open towards the right, thighs rotating outwards, tailbone is in, breastbone is down. As you bend the left knee over the left ankle, pull back with the right hand. Shoulders away from the ears, chin level. Allow yourselves to really engage the back leg. Breathe in. Exhale, bring the right hand on the outside of the right thigh. Inhale, bring the left hand over the head, look slightly up, breathe into the left side of the body. Make sure you are keeping the left knee bent over the left ankle. In class, I always said, guys, it's the knee police. So really pay attention that you are keeping that knee supported. Also, pay attention to drawing the shoulder away from the ear. Look up. You can bring the right hand behind the lower back, resting it on the top of the left thigh. Breathe in and exhale, bring the left elbow over the left knee, rotate the left shoulder open, grow through the right hand up. Inhale and exhale, draw the right hand towards the left. Extended sideways stretch, stretch that right side of the body. And again, Super Shavasana face and a smile. Breathe in. Allow yourselves to feel how the back leg got more engaged now because you allowed more weight to come forward. So the back leg is really doing a lot of heavy lifting right now. Breathe in. Exhale, bring the right hand on the right hip bone. Step the back foot halfway through. Realign the body. Check to see how it feels. And again, position the block where it feels right, either in line with the foot or slightly diagonally to give yourself a wider base. Then inhale, plant the left palm onto the block and lift the right leg up. You can come up onto the tops of the fingers, stretch the right leg out. It doesn't have to be super straight, but the hip has to be open towards the right, shoulders open towards the right, bringing the right palm up. And again, the hardest part is moving your gaze up with control. Breathe in, exhale, bend both knees, bend the right one now more, take the outside of the ankle, and then stretch in, balancing half moon. A deeper back bend, balancing standing posture. You can extend the foot, flex the foot, whatever you do, keep the foot engaged. Breathe in And exhale, bring the right foot down. Inhale, bring the palms up. Well done, guys. Beautiful. Now, after these standing balancing postures, time to give ourselves a nice wide-legged forward fold stretch. So step the feet out, pigeon toe the feet, bring the toes in slightly. Plant the four corners of the feet, bend the knees, keep a micro bend in the knees. A lot of people have the tendency of hyperextending in the knees, so it's always safe to keep a micro bend in the knees. Lift with the kneecaps and thighs. Inhale. Again, a nice shimmy from the ground up, engaging calves, thighs, core, rib cage, shoulders, and arms. Now, bring the palms behind you, interlace the fingers. Bring the palms and the arms away from the body. Inhale, and then exhale, look forward, keeping a nice straight spine. Go as far as the first exhale will take you. Then take another inhale, and then go as far as the second exhale will take you. And then another inhale, and go as far as the third exhale will take you. And then allow the whole body and the arms to just release. Stay engaged in your muscular system. Keep pressing with the four corners of the feet down. Keep lifting through the backs of the calves. Keep lifting through the kneecaps and thighs. Tailbone is in. You feel the upper glutes working. You feel your pelvic floor working. You feel your core working. You lift with palms up. Breathe in and out. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Bring the palms on the mat or on the block, whatever feels right. Inhale, allow the palms to plant firmly on the floor and move slightly back. Breathe in and then allow the body weight to come onto the palms and lift on the tippy toes of the feet. Engage that line of force from the palms up in the shoulders and the tippy toes up into the calves, the thighs, the bum, the core. Unite the whole body and go back and take an inhale, and then on an exhale move forward again and come up onto the very tops of your toes. Really feel those arms working, those legs working in unity. Inhale and gently walk the feet together. Bring the palms on the hips and come up. And we move into garland to finish with an intense hip opener and crow. So feet as wide as the mat. Allow the body weight to drop into the four corners of the feet. Allow the torso to be nicely centered. Give yourself a nice sway around the four corners. Move into your hips. If you keep the hands on your hip bones, you actually feel the hip sockets moving. It's a beautiful feeling. Bring the palms together in Anjali Mudra. Breathe in. And exhale, lower down. And inhale and exhale, lower down. And another inhale, and let's do this. Bringing the elbows in between the knees. Check to see that there is resistance in between them. So the knees are resisting the elbows are resisting the knees. And then you lower the tailbone down, but you keep tucked and you open across the shoulders. And you stay there and you give yourself a gentle bounce. And you really allow that bounce to energize the thighs, the hips, the whole pelvic floor, the core. Feels gorgeous. Very strong, very intense, but absolutely wonderful. Inhale. Let's go a little bit further on the tippy toes. We did this last time. You know how it feels. Breathe in, connect to the core, resist the ground, and lift the arms up. Strong thighs, strong core, straight spine. Breathe in, exhale, bring the palms down. Allow the hard part of the knees, I'll move slightly back, to move onto the hard part of the elbows and slide forward, taking one foot off the mat and then the other one. Breathe in and then exhale, come back, and you can flow in it again. Stay in crow for at least 3 breaths. Either with one foot down, the other, whatever you can achieve today. Inhale and exhale. Time for a little bit of honey for those hips. Move the legs back, knees underneath the hips, and we go into some super slow circles around the hips and around the shoulders. Take 3 beautiful circles to one side and then to the other side. Now, even if this is a super restorative pose, it doesn't mean that there is no resistance, that there's no yield, that there's no extension. On the contrary, it's in the simple poses that you feel it most. So allow yourselves to go into simple poses to feel that lift from the roots up, and then move with it. Breathe in, keep the knees underneath the hips, and then walk the palms 20 centimeters forward, and then a little bit more forward, so that you bring the forehead down on the mat into puppy pose. Hold the elbows off the mat, press down and really extend the spine in between the hips and the shoulders. If you need to make a bit more space by pressing the knees slightly backwards, you can do so. Breathe in. Take another breath in, exhale, gently come up. Cross the shins and move back onto your sitting bones. Keep the shins crossed halfway through. Breathe in, bring the palms up. Exhale, bring the right palm behind the right sitting bone, left palm on the right knee. Breathe in, look forward. Exhale, twist the torso towards the right. Inhale, exhale, twist the torso a little bit more. And the last inhale, and that's when you turn the head around as well. If you feel like your spine is curling up, take the block and place the hand behind on the block so that you give yourself a bit more space. Never compromise the extension in the spine to reach a particular shape. Stay there. Twists are great, especially at the end of the day, getting rid of the day, flushing it out. Wonderful on the spine, great spine reset. Breathe in and exhale, gently turn towards the left. Give yourself a micro twist. Bring the palms up. Exhale. Bring the left palm behind the left sitting bone, right palm on the left knee. Inhale, look forward, exhale, twist the torso towards the left. Breathe in. Exhale, twist a little bit more. And inhale, and on the third exhale, turn the head around as well. Notice how your body feels. Notice how your breath feels. Notice how your mind feels. Simple questions. We need simple guidance to get sometimes the most complex question, the most complex answers. Inhale and exhale. Twist back to the center. Take a micro twist in the other direction. Change the crossing of the shins. Breathe in, bring the palms up. Exhale again, take the block. You're going to need the block. Breathe in and exhale, plant the palms on the block. You can walk the block a little bit farther from the body. Hold the block with your arms, with your hands. Keep the arms engaged, shoulders in their sockets. Breathe in and then go a little bit deeper. But don't let go of that engagement. Draw the sitting bones down onto the ground. Draw the shoulders upwards. Extend the spine through the crown of the head. Don't collapse in the shoulders. Don't collapse in the chest. Don't collapse in the hips. You can keep the knees slightly up. Keep the toes engaged. Don't relax the toes. If you relax the toes, you're disengaging the legs, you're disengaging the muscles along the legs. So always keep slight tone in the toes. Elbows are straight. Feel your inner groin stretch. Feel your hips stretch. The outer side of the glutes. Super delicious. Breathe in. You can go a little bit deeper, walking the hands lower on the block. Or placing the hands on the mat if you want to, but don't. If you feel you're curling up the spine, come back. Never lose that spine extension. Press the mat away. Breathe in and exhale, walk the palms back. Time to lie down in Shavasana. So Shavasana, come down onto your back. Let the feet rest out of hip width apart. And when they rest out, turn the toes sideways so that you rest in an open hip. And then bring the shoulder blades down. You can lift a little bit higher so that you bring the shoulder blades slightly together and you've got a nice opening in the chest. And then you bring the palms up by your body. I don't have too much space on the right. That's okay. I won't be resting in Shavasana anyways. Make sure the back of the neck is nicely and comfortably planted down on the mat. You can use a cushion if you want to. Make sure you're as comfortable as you can be. This is why we do it. The beautiful trip in Shavasana. So whenever you're ready, rest in this beautiful pose. And again, come to that place of connection. That place where you just notice your body, your breath, and your mind. And I'll be guiding you in this meditation. I'll be sitting. You continue to lie. Close your eyes. And feel where the body is resting against the mat. Notice the points of contact between your body, the clothes covering your body, how the skin feels, and then where the body is releasing its weight on the ground. Take a moment to find that grounding down through the back body. Notice how the back body trusts the ground. It gives its weight away to it. It just surrenders to it. Breathe into the backs of the heels and allow their weight to melt into the ground. Breathe into the calves and allow them to drop. Breathe into the backs of the knees and the hamstrings and just allow them to dissolve into the ground. Breathe into the glutes, the lower back, and just release them. Notice how the whole back body starts dropping bit by bit, part by part, onto the ground. Breathe into the back of the rib cage. Feel it expanding. Feel the pressure, slight pressure as you breathe against the floor. Just like the petals of a flower, allow each of the ribs to drop open. Breathe into the backs of the arms, the back of the head, the back of the neck. Breathe into the whole back body. Check to see how the back body feels compared to the front of the body. Do you feel any differences? Any sensations? Which one is lighter? Which one is heavier? Which one is warmer? Which one is cooler? Which one feels more relaxed? Which one feels it's still holding a little bit of tension? And again, whatever you're feeling, that is what's right. Now breathe into the front body, and with each inhale that you take, allow it to mirror the lightness of the breath. Allow the front body to just dissolve into lightness. Release upwards into weightlessness. Allow the front of the feet to become weightless. Breathe into the front of the shins and the front of the knees and feel the lightness. Breathe into the tops of the thighs, hips, and just see the inhale like a wave taking over. A weightless wave, a wave of lightness, a wave of effortlessness. Breathe into your belly and feel it expanding effortlessly. Breathe into your rib cage. And again, just like a flower, feel it opening up petal by petal, as light as the petals of the flower. Breathe into your heart and release it into lightness. Imagine breath releasing the front of your throat, your neck, your face, just dissolving into air. Like your whole front body is an exhale. Notice that beautiful interplay between the grounded back body and the light front body. How the ground in your body supports its lightness and how the lightness feels grounded in it. It's the best of both worlds. Living lightly, but grounded. Wherever you go, whatever you do, keep this beautiful connection within you. Connecting to how the body feels, how the breath feels, and the wonderful mental states that you have access to. Take deeper breaths in. Allow the breath to gently move the body, the fingers, the toes, the arms and the legs. Give yourself a nice stretch. Roll towards your right side, keeping the eyes still closed. Bring the palms over your face and gently massage the face. Bring the knees to chest and give them a big hug. The kiss and the shoulders too. Love starts with self-love. And whenever you're ready, open the eyes and meet me on your sitting bones for the final prayer. May all beings know freedom. May all beings know light. And may all beings know love. Namaste. I bow to you, wonderful people. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. And thank you for saying hi before and after class. It's always a pleasure and a privilege. Thank you. Now, I'll check my phone to see if there are any questions. Yay, Karen, I think that's you. Erica, hey Karen, hi Erica, hey Janet, hi Maureen, hey Eva. How did you guys get on? I hope you enjoyed the class. I hope it was a learning experience. It's always a learning experience for me. I'll put my top on because I'm a bit cool. Super cool. Now, while I'm waiting for any questions that you guys might have, I've prepared a short description and a short presentation of the stability class. I'm offline, I have to refresh. Good, there I am, perfect. Now it's up to date. So the stability class focuses on alignment, and it's the alignment to engage the lines of force. And we've got 4 main lines of force. We've got our legs, we've got our arms, and we've got the 5th one, which is the spine. And everything that we do with our arms and our legs is facilitating the extension in the spine. So any pose that we do in the stability class, or in any class for that matter, has to direct the spine upwards, to facilitate the extension of the spine upwards. So if we're opening the hips, if we're opening the shoulders, that's just to create more freedom for the spine to go upwards. We start in the stability class, we start by centering ourselves. It's about finding our center and our center of gravity. And then we're engaging the root and the rise. So the sway that we do at the beginning gets us to move around our center naturally. It's a great inner massage on the joints and on the muscles. It opens them. Before we go into the warm-up with the sun salutations, the centering is not only energetic and mental, it's also the first step in the body's awakening, so to say. we start with the centering, the sway, and then in the class we have our bounce. And the bounce can be a micro bounce, fast, or it can be slower and a little bit longer. So when it's fast and it's like 2 centimeters, I don't know how many inches that is. Terrible with the imperial system. Anyways, about this much. So if we move in our knees, or if we move in warrior 2 in our hips up, we pay attention to engage from the ground up our muscular system, keep the joints open, and then explore the joints, explore the muscles, strengthen the muscles, and open the joints a little bit more by that energetic bounce. So the sway centers, the bounce roots us, and then the spine, because we're opening, because we're strengthening, goes up. So whichever the position, the spine always goes up in extension. By extending the spine, what we're doing is we're creating space between the discs. And the spine and the head, they're the home of the central nervous system. So by creating that space in between the discs, we're letting the blood flow, the energy flows as well, and by that increased flow, in that expansion, what we get is it's like a network. You can visualize the electricity network in a town. It literally lights our bodies up. So of course, anatomically speaking, nerves can get trapped. They can get pinched, pressed, and that's not good. You feel it along the body. Like if you trap a nerve, you'll feel it not only in that region along the spine, but it will radiate in a limb. It will radiate throughout the body. When you're opening up those spaces, nerves get more blood, nerves get more oomph, so to say. So with that refreshed flow of energy, blood, oxygen, we're lighting up the body. We're making it explore, live that aliveness. So that's why we feel so good after yoga. It's not just, oh, I'm really going into a nice stretch and getting active. It's deeper than this. And the beautiful, sometimes we get beautiful feelings, like we're high, ecstatic, super joyful, blissful at times. I remember sometimes I'm sitting down guiding people into meditation. I'm looking at the 2 light bulbs on the ceiling. I'm like, oh my God, the 2 eyes in the sky, like tripping off. So it's because of the increased blood flow and the energetic impulses that my body feels physically, but energetically it's like an inner explosion of light. That's how I would describe it. But of course, the experience is felt by everybody differently, and that's the beauty of it. It always feels different. Karen says, can you demonstrate crow pose again? Find it hard sometimes to maintain balance. Of course. Just a second. Okay. So it might be hard to keep balance. Most of the times what people do is they disengage their tricep. They place the knee on the tricep, and I'll show you how that is generally done wrongly. So we try to go here. Well, we actually try to go in our armpits, but we don't have the flexibility in the hips, or maybe anatomically that's not the correct alignment for our body. So the way I do it, and I advise you guys to do it, is the hard part of the knee comes onto the hard part of the elbow, so that you are not disengaging your tricep. Your tricep has the space, it's not pressed against it, it's not pressed against, so it can really contract and engage the line of force in the shoulder and then in the chest, the upper back, and the core. So the tricep is working as a means of communication. Now, you start by pressing down the palms, starfish fingers. Make sure the forearms are nice and straight. Make sure the hard part of the knee is on the hard part of the elbow, and then you lift the toes up. And your head is like a brake. It's the one that helps you balance. Look underneath your eyebrows. And then come down. So there's your foundation, the palm, and the forearm. They have to be like a pillar. And when you bend the arm, you make sure you really rotate the shoulders and you let the palm communicate with the shoulders. You never press the tricep down because that disengages. So there's no point in going here. I would lose my balance too. It doesn't feel natural. I'm too bunched up in my lower back as well. It doesn't feel right, so I won't do it. I will go where I can hold my balance. Also, what would work, bring the palms a little bit wider to give you space to open the shoulders and engage the upper back. Let me see if that answered your question. Well, I hope that answered your question. I seem to have crazy hair. Now let me know. Eva saying, it was really good. I was feeling the back pain before the class and now I'm 100% relaxed. Yay, Eva, so happy. Giving a big hug to you. Now, I was telling you guys about the sway and the bounce and how important they are in the stability class. And they're important because they make you feel that natural alignment. So whatever we do, if we don't give ourselves space to sway around the center of gravity or to move up and down in that bounce, that means we're actually locked in a pose. And by being locked in a pose, we're locking not only physically our joints and our muscles in a position, we're actually locking the energetic channels, we're blocking them. So the bounce and the sway are great tests. They're great ways to explore the body and to check to see that you really are moving in your space. It's always a great way to see if you've gone too far. I have a tendency of going too far in poses, especially because I've seen a lot of yoga pictures with, for example, the knee in a 90-degree angle, or this has to look like that, this has to look like that. So I used to have this great tendency, I still do at times, to push myself, and then I would find myself locked in a particular pose or in a particular posture, and that's not good, because I'm instead of putting myself in a place of freedom, of exploration, curiously going into my body and noticing what's happening, I'm endgaming. So what I do is every time I go into a new posture and every time I feel it's difficult, it's challenging, I check to see if I can sway and if I can bounce. And if I can do that, I'm noticing that I have that space, I have that freedom. So I am engaging the tone of my muscles. I am opening my joints quite intensely. I am putting a lot of effort, but I'm doing so with mindfully. I'm doing so and while giving myself the space to move in it. I'm not locking myself in it. So do use the sway and the bounce not only to go into the pose, but also when you've reached the maximum point of intensity, what you feel is the maximum point of intensity, use them to check to see if you've space to move. Because that space tells you the energy is still flowing. That space tells you you can rest, you can notice, you can see, you can listen to your body. So you're not bracing, you're not locking, you're not endgaming. See, you can listen. Una, I miss you so much. Hey. Can't wait to see you. Now, I'll put my top on. As you probably have noticed, the stability class has a slower pace than the core flow class. It's a class that brings the earth element in us. It brings it up. That's why we feel calmer, we feel more balanced, we feel more centered, we feel more awake. We really say, "Oh, I'm here right now." It's a strong class in this respect. And today's theme was resist to extend. So I told you that the sway brings you to your center. The bounce roots you to rise. We are constantly by constantly resisting the ground, we really get to feel it, and it's like our bodies end up mirroring that route that we take control of in a way. So by pressing down in the ground and activating our lines of force, our bodies become our ground. So we become rooted in our bodies. It's not that, oh, my body is somewhere floating in this reality and I need the ground to ground myself. No, I am the ground now. And it's that resistance and that expansion in that resistance where we know the ground, we take over the ground in us, and then we really extend into it. And it's a beautiful feeling. It literally feels like I have a home in me. This is my home in myself. This is my sometimes you call it the happy place, or you can call it your sanctuary. It's the place where you are. And whatever happens in life, by being that ground, being in that root constantly, extending, breathing into it, layering the breath and the mental, you are present. So at the end of the day, the physical practice is the medium to take us to that ground in ourselves. And by keeping the alignment in the physical practice, we practice that connection, that layering of the three bodies, the physical, the energetic, and the mental. So that's why we have to be mindful, and we have to look at alignment. We have to pull ourselves back from doing crazy things, especially endgaming, because they create this. They create separation. So instead of bringing ourselves to that common ground where the body can meet the breath, can meet the mind, we take them out of alignment. So that's why the stability class is essential. And then with the principles of stability, the lines of force engaged, that get to become us in a way, because you do it every week. I do my stability practice every week. I gradually become it. I do it unconsciously. Staying in that connection, you end up practicing that connection no matter what you do. So you can take the same practice of rooting and rising to a core flow class, or to just a flow class or just a core class, and you will apply the same principles. You'll stay in your ground, you'll keep the extension of the spine, and you'll feel that you are, even though you're layering a different practice, you are still within yourself in keeping the three bodies together. You're still connected to your physical body, to your energetic body, and to your mental body. Let's see. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Karen. Anytime. You probably have noticed that there were a lot of common postures between last week's class and this week's class. That's generally how the stability class will go. Every time I take some postures that I build on, and then I bring some new elements every week. So every week you'll see something old and something new. The crow's one of my favorite, Karen. I know I'm not supposed to have favorites, but I love it, and it will be quite a popular one. So next week I'll see you again for it. I think Bernie's here. Bernie, thank you. It's great to practice with you. I wish I could see you. I wish I could see all of you. I think I'll just give everybody a big group hug when this is over. So that was today's stability class. I'm writing an article before each class when I plan it. I write its description with the main elements of focus, and then I write an article about the principles involved in planning that class and what we're really working on behind what you see, what's going on in the more subtle practice. So I'll be writing an article. I'll be posting it on my Facebook page, Yoga with Mihaela, on Instagram as well, the same, Yoga with Mihaela. And every week, this is in a way, this is my practice as well. I want you guys to become aware of how much you're actually practicing, because it's not the 10, 15, 20 postures, 2 rounds of sun salutes that we do, and the shavasana at the end. Yoga has an impact on our lives because it goes much deeper than this. And the more we are aware of it, the more we understand the principles of it, the more we can take it off the mat. And that's when it really works its magic. So I'll be writing an article, I'll be posting it online, and I'm looking forward to hearing your opinions about the class and about it as well. And whatever you guys experience during the class, after the class, before the class, feel free to share it with me. It's a great way, even though I miss you all, I miss seeing you in class. It's a great way to keep sharing the practice with you, and to keep connected to you. And I wish you all a beautiful evening. Thank you for practicing with me, and I'll see you all next week. Thank you.